Hello, everybody. Glad to be with you. Happy Valentine's Day. We're here for another wonderful Awaken Sales Facebook Live. How about some time for some magic? I'm looking forward to sharing with you today. And as you begin to gather in, so today is an amazing day for the triumph of the heart. The Sacred Heart especially. Of course, there's romantic energy in the air today, big time, and the divine muse of the heart, of the feminine, of all this energy going on today. That's there, whether we're in a romantic relationship or have a partner or not. We feel this connection, and so I thought today would be a great time to talk about really talk about the feminine and masculine energy as it relates to sales. And I find, my experience anyway with people that are in this group and world changing light leaders is there's an issue with the relationship with masculine energy. So we're going to talk about that today so that perhaps if there's been a toxic relationship with masculine energy, if you're like me and you've had that sort of toxic relationship with masculine energy, that we can address that today and talk about, how you can transmute that so that you can experience more love for yourself and for the world, and to be more effective in everything you do. So I know when I came up with the idea to do this today, I knew it would be, I thought it was very interesting, a very healing opportunity to do this today with you on Valentine's Day, because it is about this deep, sacred connection we have with the divine, that there's this absolute place of connection with love and then the no thing. And then we have this sense of duality and polarity, and part of that has to do with what we talk about. Okay, we got feminine energy, we've got the masculine energy, we got the yin and yang, and so we're going to talk about that layer, that sense of duality, and see what we can do to help you with that. So we'll talk about it for a while. We're going to do some energy scanning for the group, energy scans for you individually. If there's individuals here that want to get scanning today, I'm not sure what to expect today on Valentine's Day with the subject I'm bringing today, if we'll have a number of people here or not, and we'll do a channeled message at the end. So let's talk about this journey you've been on, and I'll talk about my journey with the sense of these polarities with most of you, a lot of you, maybe it's half and half, probably a little bit more for sure with women that listen to me here, tune in. Let's talk about this masculine, feminine thing as it relates to sales. All right, so I'm going to get it wrong in terms of okay, this is masculine energy, this is feminine energy. It's all concepts, right? When we're talking about anything if we go to talk about anything, we're just talking about concepts ultimately. Okay, so don't take it with a grain of salt what I have to say when I label something masculine or feminine. Okay, with that being said, we look again at society. The big story, the big narrative has been very male dominated, and then we could say it's been very masculine dominated in our culture for a long time. And this, again, especially the Western culture, is dominated by what people would label as masculine energy, whereas the East would be seen more as being dominated by feminine energy. What are the two energies again? Feminine energy is more the allowing, just being, beingness kind of idea. Although again, it's just the idea. More with those ideas and principles. Where in the West, me growing up, the idea that you're here just to be as a concept was entirely foreign, right? For so many of us, it was about what are you going to do with your life? What are you going to always be doing? How can you achieve the greatest thing you could possibly achieve in this lifetime, and get it done? All that kind of stuff. So so that more the masculine, how much can we produce, how much can we achieve, that's a constant. Again, we're not talking men and women, we're talking about masculine energy versus feminine. So the masculine's like, we've got to have it, we've got to provide, we've got to satisfy that part. That's really the yang needs to really, the way I see it, needs to kind of really ultimately really catering to the yin. It's like, okay, we need to make this happen because there's another part within me, and every man and every woman, there's a part of you that's yin and yang, right? So you've got the yang is trying to satisfy that which really ultimately is insatiable. It's insatiable. So the deep yin, deep permanence, the deep divine is beyond all that. It's transcendent. It's always satisfied. Nothing can change that. It's always whole and well. But when we go to the yin energy that is in this polarity, it's at some level it is very inviting, loving, and accepting, but it's very demanding. It's a very demanding energy underneath it. And so again, it's just, looking at these polarities. The yang is like, we've got to satisfy this. And so we've got to satisfy it, and we have to provide. So we've got this kind of dynamic. And then when we listen, if we'll listen to the yin energy within ourselves, we often call that our intuition, or we could call it our heart, or we could call it following the energy. The yang energy doesn't, again, I'm speaking from my own translation, my own experiences. The yang energy doesn't care too much. It's just like something needs to be satisfied. It seems like it's this. Let's get that accomplished. So just again, setting up these concepts, as we proceed here today. So what's really beautiful is there is this partnership, there is this happy Valentine's that it can exist within the yin and yang energy. There's a perpetual love affair going on there, whether we think it's been going well or not. There's a constant interaction between these energies within ourselves. And when it comes to sharing ourselves in the world, when it comes to marketing and sales, there is that part that part of this evolutionary impulse that we have of going more into the transcendent nothingness, or if you want to call it yin, you could, because it has a sense of quality being that may seem more yin because it just kind of just is. It just is. It's more of a beingness, right, that we associate with yin energy. So let's go with that for the moment and just say that that's true, this deep yin. And then we have the yang energy. It's navigating the physical. And I think within spiritual teachings these days, a lot of times we start to believe, even myself included, I'm talking about myself here as much as anything, there could be an idea that, we don't need any masculine energy. All we need to be is in this deep spiritual connection, this deep yin, and, let things just beautifully unfold in our lives, because there is this infinite power and of impulsive creation that's just wanting to experience its merriment through us. So there really isn't a need to get into the polarity. We transcend the polarity, and then we get into this space. So there's that idea. But what I find is that there is a dance that we experience until perhaps we get into a transcendent state of a dance between yin and yang energy. So when you go to share with people, again, for most of you, if you do consults or you do some sort of discovery session with someone, let's go there, and you're sharing about something. You might be like, hey, I could help you, but no pressure. I just love who you are, and I can see that there's something here that could be served, and that I would love to support you in that. But there's no pressure. It's just whatever you want. You tell me. What are you looking for? You tell me. and you just let them tell you. You listen a lot, and you stay curious. So that to me is again, we're using labels today, but that would be more of that feminine energy, which is so powerful. It's so beautiful. It's so just interested. It's just there to love. It's just there to presence. It's just there to allow everything to be as it wants to be, and it's so amazing. And that's what we get to be more and more. We want to deepen our mastery in that, of always. And then as we proceed with that, there are times, and you'll see it in spiritual masters, people that teach around deep presence. You can even see it in Eckhart if you pay attention. Eckhart Tolle is, how his last name is pronounced by those that know him best, I guess. So there is a masculine energy that is present there within all these teachers. I have these people on I've met them, I've had them on my podcast shows sometimes, some of these people that are quite evolved beings, and they can be very bottom line, very strong, very in a clear, decisive, again, labels, these are all labels, but masculine energy when the moments require it, right? So the thing is I think a lot of times we're so busy people pleasing. We're in such a place of we're scared of the masculine, because the masculine, the sense of the masculine anyway, is we're going to try to harm people and kill everybody if it gets too toxic, or we're going to just want to run everybody over and dominate, right? So that's the fear of the masculine energy. And we all have that potential, at least within ourselves, to come in and be like, hey, I'm taking charge, I'm dominating here, everybody's listening to me right now, or even if it's one person, you're listening to me right now. And if we bring that into sales, for example, it could be any area of your life, but we bring that into our relationships, we bring it into our sales, like, okay, this is going to be good for you, you better sign up, or this consequence has happened to you. So just get out your credit card. Let's go right now. Most of us are in this crowd would be like, no way, I ain't working with you. You're so aggressive. You're not listening to me. You're not sensitive to me at all. This is more the old way of being. I don't want to even talk to you. That's how most of us would respond to that. But the truth, here's the funny thing about that is there's actually people who respond really well to that. They would, I haven't been maybe exactly like that ever before, but I've been some shades of that before. And if it's the right person and that's the medicine they need in that moment, they might be like, oh, thank God you're being so straightforward and strong with me. That's what I need right now. Let's get to work. But often we lose these opportunities because we're so afraid of the masculine energy. It's about the masculine energy could show up as like could be our moms too. Like they were really tough with us. They were really exacting with us. Or it could have been dad, or it could have been both of them. It could have been whatever. But this that part of, you better get it right. That sort of thing. If you want to call it masculine, feminine, I don't care. But like that energy, and we're so afraid we're going to get it wrong, right? We have that neurotic sense of we're going to get it wrong. And so within that, the part that satisfies that in my experience is when we can get into that deeper masculine energy, or just a firm masculine sort of energy, and just say, this is what's happening, let's go. Like being solid and firm and grounded in our presence. And then we can see new opportunities and new results in our life where maybe we weren't seeing any results before. So in sales, it's critical. When I struggled a lot with sales starting off in my career, I was very, very in. I was like, whatever you want, I'm doing this energy scanning for you. But if you don't want to work with me, actually, I don't want you to work with me. I want you to just live your life. I just transmitted everything you need. I'm just holding you in this deep presence. There's nothing else required. There's certainly nothing required. We just need to live in this deep space, and I'm transmitting this space right now. We're living in this space. Let's just not, do any of that nonsense. You're going to hire me, all this nonsense. But if you want to hire me, we could do that. So this is kind of how I started off my career. Do you wonder why I might not have been doing too well with sales at the time? So, basically that's kind of how I approach things. And there was wisdom in that. Like, hey, that's all a bunch of nonsense. We don't need any of this. It's not true. You don't really have blocks at the end of the day, and you're beautiful, you're amazing, everything's going to work out perfect for you. Yeah, I mean, it will in a sense, right? Everything's perfect. But I wouldn't bring out my masculine energy. And I had this pattern also in relationships, male friends and women that I wanted to date, or women relationships, women that were interested in me, I wouldn't pursue. I was like, I was playing more like a woman, right? Again, stereotypical kind of yin energy. You show me. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm interested. You're gonna show me enough, and I'll think about it. You know. And so it would take women really pursuing me, being more in the masculine energy for a relationship even to happen, because I had so disowned my masculine energy because for a number of reasons, but one of them, like my sister getting pregnant earlier in life, and just that man not wanting to have anything to do with her afterwards, and it just like, that's it, none of that masculine nonsense and all that stuff. And I just had a lot of awareness about some of these things, and I just, for better or worse, just part of my path, right? I just shut it down. I just shut down in certain areas of my life. Not that it wasn't present and doing its thing anyway in other ways, like in the weight room and things like that, but in relationship to others, often that masculine energy was being, hidden, tucked away, suppressed. And then what would I have? I would have resentment. I would have loneliness. I would have anger. I would have all this energy there that wasn't being expressed. All this energy that was all built up inside of me. And yeah, I was considered the good guy and the good boy and everything. In today's society, not everybody, but lots of people in these spiritual circles, I'm not going to say you guys, but like just spiritual circles overall would, oh, he's a beautiful guy and all this stuff. And yeah, but it's like, if I continue to be down this path, that it's not spiritually evolved to use a little bit of masculine energy, or a lot of it even when it feels like the moment's right, then I am not going to feel as fulfilled and fulfill my destiny the way that, so to speak, here in this world, in this polarity of experience that I could. And just bottom line, there are cases where I had to take stands for people in a sales process that if I hadn't, they would not have gotten the results they got in their life, at least not then. Maybe eventually they would have, but I had to take stands. Okay, it's time to sign up, to no more screwing around. Boom, just ask somebody, you want this result, then it's time to move forward. And then they would get the result. Not always. Sometimes this is where I had to learn to balance myself a little bit, and not let my male ego get carried away, but like to be centered and clear about what I did know. Like, okay, when you take charge here, this is what becomes possible for you, and then it would. And I would have to call them out on it. I would have to use strength of what I would consider a masculine energy to bring it forth. How many times do we have a sales conversation with someone that's like, hey, oh, you want to wait around and you want me to get back to you next year or in a few months? Oh, no problem. Yeah, you're going to totally work with me then, right? When really what they're doing is they're still just avoiding the thing that you're going to more or less confront in a way, even if it's in the most loving, beautiful, wonderful way. You're going to confront something they just don't want to deal with. They just don't want to deal with it. They just keep delaying. If you were to say, hey, it sounds like you could use this support right now, actually, with everything we're talking about. Don't you think now is the time? You've been dealing with this for so long. How long have you already been waiting for this change in your life? Whatever it is that you're helping this person with, or, if you sell a product, again, how long have they been waiting for this product? Well, I don't know. I just think with my calendar and everything I got going on, it might be better to wait let's just wait, and we'll get to it. We'll get there. And, you got to tune in and just sometimes you need to kick the door open for people and say, no, now's the time. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm just telling you, I'm getting a feeling like now's the time that, I hear where you're coming from, but what I'm really hearing is that now's the time. So to be able to have the courage and the bravery to say that, and that's definitely been a huge part of success for me in business, is being able to be forthright with people and just say, I'm not getting later, I'm getting now, not because I was interested in anything other than I thought that would serve them best. See, that's the key. The key to awaken sales is because you sense, like, if you were a father figure to them, I mean, male or female, doesn't matter. They're using that fatherly sort of energy to say, listen, I understand. It could be kind about it. It could be loving. You don't have to be, so necessarily. Sometimes it does help though. It's just like, listen, no, I really feel you can have this in your life now. Now is a great time. We don't need to wait, and help dismantle their beliefs that really just trying to keep them where they are, and then not have to deal or feel the things they're going to have to feel by going down that road. So help them feel it sooner. The pain is still there. When we numb out to people's pain, we're not really call out people where they are and dig into that pain a little bit. And then we can hold it with incredible presence and love and all this space, but still to just call people out on what's going on for them and say, hey, now's the time. This is a perfect time to take care of this, and then illuminate the reasons why that are coming to you. Then it can change everything. So the next time you're with somebody and you're like, hey, I'd love to give you this free session or what, and they're like, oh, I'm going to think about that. Like, what are you going to, think about it? Hey, I'd love to just get you set up right now. Is that okay? Well, now that you put it that way, well, why not, right? Now you might think you're being pushy, but why not go ahead and get a little bit more firm? Because that often is what's needed. I mean, whatever causes that you're for in the world, irrespective of position, people who are using masculine energy, just notice people are using some masculine energy, and if it's got some clean energy to, hopefully clean masculine energy, but nevertheless, if they're using masculine energy, often they are moving their agendas forward, right? They're moving things forward from that energy. So everything is held in this deep yin or nothingness energy, whatever you want to call it, the deep presence, the all in all. It transcends all the stuff we're talking about here. And we always want to center ourselves more in that. But you will experience some level of polarity at times, even if it's mild, as you slip, if you even get into that deeper presence. Okay, that's the first thing. You need to live from that deeper presence as best as you can, but as you begin to experience a sense of polarity within yourself, is to embrace both ends of the polarity rather than just the namaste energy. So that's really what I'm getting at today, is to sharpen up, be a little more directive in your marketing, a little more directive in your sales, a little bit more, why not today? A little bit more. You could have this result today. Like literally, if you just take money out of it, you literally could have this result today if you'll just say yes. Again, this gets back to like when people do muscle testing. Oh, okay, should I work with you now? Whoa, it's way down. No, I shouldn't work with you now. See, my intuition told me. Okay, well, do you want to go with that, or would you rather take a stand for yourself and put a stake in the ground and summon Archangel Michael or whatever, and Archangel Metatron, and feel that steel and the power and the fire, and know that $100,000 a month you want to manifest is here, right here and now, and we're putting that in the ground now. Today is the day for that, and now we're moving forward, and we're allowing that to happen, because now is the infinite one moment and that one time that lives always now, and the opportunity for it is always now. When we're willing to say yes, it can be true. Are you willing to let it be true? Tell me what's the truth. Yes. Are you yes to that? Yes, I'm a yes to that. How much so strong are you yes to yours? I want to hear your yes. Why all the reasons? We ask them for the reason. Because of this, because of that. Because I'm so tired of this. I don't want this anymore. You bring them into a conversation. You evoke it. You bring it forth. You summon it from them. Okay, should I work with you? Whoa, 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 I can hang on that arm now, So I've talked about this before, this principle that it's all in the yin, just what flows and all that. I live most of my life that way, but there are times when we need to just really tap into more of this, you can call it divine masculine, masculine power straight up, whatever you want to call it. When we summon this energy, this commanding energy, all of a sudden, what seems to be a no, what doesn't seem possible or right or appropriate, may seem very appropriate right now. So I'm bringing this to you so that you can start to realize that there's a time to kick that door open. There's a time to say, I've had enough, and it's time to proceed. And energy may not last long. It may just come through, and it may just set things in motion to your next level. And then what happens within the yin energy that's constantly like kind of watching, like, oh, I hope I'm loved. I hope I'm well. I believe I am, and I can feel and sense that in my sacred heart. But I'm waiting to see if that divine masculine shows up. And then there's this kind of this neurotic part within the polarity that's like, well, let's see. Like me, let's see. I don't know. You want me to go out with you? I don't know. Like me as a guy, like the opposite way. Like, I don't know. Show me. You're really interested in me? I don't know. You seem kind of nice. Let's see if you chase me long enough, then I'll do it. Yeah, I'm gonna send you cards. I'm gonna call you. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go on a date. All right, sure. Like it's that thing. Like, and again, like I was on the opposite. I wasn't the guy pursuing. I mean, now that happened when I met Deb. Interestingly, right? So I was in the polarity of like, hey, pay attention. She's like, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Hey, no, this is right. Let's go. I got that. I was in the other polarity. And then that's what has brought the relationship, along into marriage and helped me to be in business. I want to be able to be in business because I have to have enough strength in order to be in business even, and to navigate my marriage within that business. Otherwise, it'd be always like, well, I don't know. It doesn't look like it's happening to me. So it's just, I just indulge me there. But yeah, it's that there's something inside ourselves. See, it looks like it's out there, but it's really something inside ourselves that's saying, are you going to finally stand up and claim this thing or not? And then when we do, then it's like, and it could be so light, it could be the lightest touch sometimes, or it could be a very kind of gritty, right? All of it is helpful. All of it is appropriate in certain moments. All of it is. It just depends, You got to be true to yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. What is true right now? What is wanting to come forth right now? And then really embracing that. That's what this is all about. And then we get to have these incredible experiences, not just today, but every day of like, what incredible day, what incredible Valentine's Day, right? Like this union where there's the masculine is in full support of the yin that's saying, well, I don't know, or saying, hey, I think this is true, but I don't see like you measuring up to that right now. And the masculine, I'll measure up to that, boom. And then there's that balance of between the masculine and feminine, in this respect. So I'd love to hear your comments, your thoughts about it as well. Melanie said, happy Valentine's Day. One day I'll figure out how to quickly find Facebook Lives. Grateful to be with your energy right now. Thank you, Melanie. Hi, Kelsey. Nice to see you today. Hi, Jackie. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, Jackie and Melanie. Take a stand and claim ourselves and our clients via the masculine. Yes, all right, great. Yeah. And there's times for everything, right? I've been in this deeper yin energy so often in my life, and I can't say that I can only say like it's the most amazing thing, isn't it? Yin energy is the most amazing thing ever, and it's just that we can see more good and more results and more opportunities when we're willing to embrace the masculine within ourselves and within society too, within the greater world, is not to forget about this real energy that lives within the polarity, right? There is this polarity that exists. And when we embrace both ends of the polarity, then all kinds of things are possible. Much more is possible when we can embrace all of it. Now, if you're just, go, never stop, kill yourself even, if that's what it takes, if the body falls apart and I'm puking, you still keep going. Now that's like the very toxic, never relents masculine. Okay, no matter what they say they're going to have to kill their mom in order to be able to sign up for my program. I mean, I'm just making something very dramatic, right? Then I don't care. That gets the job done. Then that's what it takes. And then you need to do that. There's no balance. There's no balance there, right? So, but the balance comes in when there's a union between a state of being, of just call it yin, of beingness, love, joy, beauty, and a firmness of like, yes, let's support that. Let's support that. Let's put a stake in the ground for the highest possibilities right now. And then just to enjoy those. And it can be easy. It doesn't have to be oh my God, I gotta get really tense now and everything. You may get tense. It's okay if it happens, but often what happens instead is you relax. Finally, that fire, that steel energy shows up, and now your entire being starts to relax, and we see new results. So my invitation to you before I do some scanning is just notice when you're in more feminine versus masculine energy, and to look to embrace. If you're listening to this, you probably need to embrace more masculine energy 100%. So just allow yourself to embrace more of the masculine energy inside of you and within life. And if you find yourself judging the masculine in others, other women, other men, embrace them. Embrace that aspect of them. Oh, I love you. That seems like overdone for me, but like, I love you. I'm going to say yes to my masculine. Then I won't care how you're showing up in all your toxic masculinity. It's not going to get so triggered. But instead, I'm just going to feel like I'm being me. You're doing your thing. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's working for you to me, but I'm doing my thing. Now I'm not triggered by you anymore. You'll notice you won't be triggered by people as you embrace that masculine. When you see other people showing up really hard edge, it won't trigger you the same way. She says, Melly says, I love the synchronicity. Daniel, Archangel Metatron came across for me for the first time last week via Hay House Angel program. Cool. I haven't heard of that Archangel before that. Oh, yeah, I mentioned Archangel Metatron here and there on here, but yeah, not a lot. Now you mentioned the Archangel, that same Archangel today. Yeah. So I'm going to do... I only have so much time left for today, but let me do a little scanning around this for the groups who had channeled messages there might be, like tuning in, channeling. And then if anybody wants an individual energy scan, feel free to put in energy scan, please, in the notes below. And I'm happy to tune in to your masculine, feminine energy, any little bits I get around, like, hey, embrace this gift, or embrace this fire energy, or this masculine energy, or however it shows up. But if you like any energy scanning, let me know. I'm going to tune into the group around it, see what wants to be shared. Something about the fire might get too hot and then I get burned. Like if okay, that's it. I'm going to start claiming my desires and claiming my purpose. I'm going to stand in my power. And it's like, wow, it might release the hounds on me, kind of, or something like that. Fine, now we're a stronger masculine energy. Is going to come take you down. It's like war. So the wisdom to be shared, it seems, is, again, it's a balance. If you're just, I'll fight, you're going to get exhausted, and then you'll have an energy come back and be like, I'm going to fight you back. I'm going to fight. Something will rise up and fight you back. If it's a fight sort of energy, But when you're clear and you're fully in your presence and you're fully in your yin energy, simultaneously or more or less, at the same time, You don't have, again, it's not all perfections, but you're embracing your yin and your yang, you're going to be completely safe. Because this deeper presence keeps you safe. It's the only thing that keeps you safe. Everything else everybody says will keep you safe. Your diet, pills, this, that, the other. I don't care what it is. It may do something, a benefit, or it may not, or it may do the opposite. But all of it isn't the real thing that's going to keep you well, safe, and thriving, and whole, and all that good stuff. It's the presence. The presence of Source, the life force itself. It is indispensable. It is the one thing that is keeping you whole and well all the time. So when you come from that place, you come from that deeper masculine, if you want to call it divine, it's fine. Sometimes I think we just masculine, just call masculine energy. You bring that and you stay centered of that. You're there combining it with the love and the joy and the intention for beauty and honor and respect for all. You're going to see success. You're going to be supported, and you're not going to feel the sense of attack. You can feel that now, right? You can feel that. You just feel into that vibration. You can feel, oh yeah, the path is clear here. I'm fine there. It's only when I keep trying to prove something out of my wounds to myself from a toxic masculinity. Oh, I'm no good. I really hit the hammer hard to prove I'm worth it. Or no, that's not deeper masculinity. That's toxic, wounded masculinity, right? No, it's about, this is my dark. Yes, just being like that. And again, sometimes it's even quieter than that. Sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's strong, sometimes it's quiet. It can be an air or water energy. Just, we'll have it. Yeah, just we'll have it. It can be that simple. Yes, it is provided. So, it can be a whisper, but it just has a sense of just done, or firmness to it. Okay, let's see. Whereas again, that feminine energy is just like, ooh, la 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 la, it's I just want to receive. Yes. Okay, that wonderful, deep. Oh, everything's a mess. I have no idea what's going to happen. Oh, I just want to experience all the mysteries of life. How romantic, how beautiful, right? So, they're both so amazing. I'm certain I know what it is. Oh, you do? Oh, I don't know. Really? Do you know? Oh, tell me all about it. Oh, okay, all right, sure, all right. Right? Never totally impressed. The yin energy is kind of really impressed at moments, but never totally impressed, right? Like, yeah, all right, yeah. And then the yang is, I know, I've got this thing. We're done. It's certain, it's clear in that way. Oh, it's very, very beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. I get something about maybe losing energetic and physical weight. It's safe to be leaner. It's safe to be without all this encumbrance. I just put this mask up around me energetically, and it shows up as energetic weight or even physical weight. Oh, okay. Now I've got this to rely on, right? What if we leaner, maybe moving into the sense of more your feminine and masculine within being this leanness. This leanness is what I'm getting. Letting go more. Yeah, just remembering kindness can be being very powerful. Speaking up for somebody rather than being so, again, people pleasing. I hope this is nice enough for you all the time in your throat chakra. Okay. It's okay to be like an arrow sometimes, right? It's okay. It's okay. We can do all kinds of other tricks, all right? We've been doing lots of those tricks, right? Oh, but I don't have to do anything and everything's coming to me. Yeah, absolutely. That's true. But there's those times you can be a straight arrow. You just can be that straight arrow, be right to the target when you choose to be, when it feels appropriate, when it does feel right, is not to shy away from it. Oh, let me always be indirect. Now you're never hitting the target. You're like, I'm never having what I want. All right. It's okay to experience the sense of triumph for winning, not, even Gandhi he would talk about ego inflation. He'd say, oh, when I speak to those crowds and they're all, praising me, I feel the rush of ego and everything. And I can't imagine, again, I mean, who knows, but I can't imagine Master Jesus and many others, all of them, whoever, men, women, masters that have lived on this planet, haven't felt the rush of ego, at least momentarily, on their journey as they were leading and being powerful. You're going to feel the rush of ego rise up. Oh, you're so powerful. Look at how impressive you are now. And then you're going to feel just the opposite, after that. So at some point, like, oh, now I feel like I'm nothing. Those things happen. It's all part of your evolution, and to be willing to feel what you're meant to be feeling, to feel all those energies as that world-changing light leader that you are, willing to feel it and play, be creative, yet be firm about what it is that your boundaries, again, those boundaries, being with the firm boundaries, okay, energetically protected with firm boundaries, yes. So it's like dropping in, I'm getting like an install kind of thing. Yes. Yet in the sacral and that deep yin energy, we can just, I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to just be so much fun though. Just being like, enjoying it, enjoying the journey. Comes to mind again is like being childlike with our emotions too in the sacral. Like just processing through emotions quickly, energies quickly. Okay, I'm feeling rather playful right now. Now I'm feeling serious, and now I'm sad, now I'm angry, now I'm happy, now I'm like filled with joy, I'm laughing, and to be willing to just move through the emotions quickly. Yes. Not hanging on. What are we hanging on to? Let's look at the hanging on energy. What are we hanging on to? So like an anchor on the root chakra. Just hang on, put the anchor on, hang on to some stuff. So we can just hang on with loneliness, and then loneliness will take care of me. Literally, like these sorts of energies that we complain about, we literally are relying on them to take care of us. Loneliness has got me covered, always there, because the number one thing you're looking for is reliability at the end of the day. Can I reliably count on this energy? Joy seems fleeting. Loneliness, being lower vibration, seems more reliable. Let's go with what's more reliable. The way to break out of that is to be willing to experience the fleeting, sweet taste of bliss and joy, and knowing that it may be fleeting, and it may become have more permanency and consistency, but you have to be willing to let it be fleeting at first if you don't already live in that space, that deeper joy, that deeper bliss. Be willing to let it be fleeting so that eventually it can be a stronger signal. By putting that seed in the ground, right? Eventually it will flourish. Getting kind of a done on the group scanning for right now and transmissions and whatnot. So, all right, Melanie asks for an energy scan. So let's do a little energy scanning for you around this topic. Anything else that comes through? So they're showing me like a housekeeping energy, and so again, it's in your field. Now, I'm not saying what you're doing right now. I'm just saying I see what's in your field. So it's just like, oh yeah, like it may be just metaphorical, but like an apron on and all that. Oh, kind of take care of things and all sort of thing. So they're showing me that. Let's see what else they're showing me. We want to nurture people. We want to nurture the space I live in. We want to nurture it. Okay, that's nice. So that's on the yin side. But there's a sense of like, I don't want to keep putting my apron on. So again, maybe just metaphorical. I don't want to keep doing that. I want to achieve. I want to see some real results finally. And I see like a lion's energy, you're like, "Rah!" Oh my God, how powerful that would be for you to just feel like you're roaring like a lion in a way that you've never done before in your life. It's like, "Rah!" Results. These results that I've been talking about wanting to see in my life. Rah! No. Yeah. And I see the yin remains, but it's like you feel more like you're not maybe hiding behind some of the old yin nurturing energy. And instead you got more, you're leading more from this strength of masculine energy, this roaring lion energy they're showing me anyway. And Archangel Metatron's there. Metatron's a very strong, I would say very strong masculine energy. Kind of like really like boom, 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 you know, like, yeah. So that's no wonder that energy's showing up for you a lot now. More of a commanding energy. We'll have that now, you know, like coming down with command energies more. Again, you have to be sincere with what you're saying you want. You have to be, it has to be sincerity in it. Oh, not again, guys, like some crazy, I'm going to control everything sort of, no, but it's like, hey, that's it. I have this now. No, I'm not waiting. No, I'm not going to wait to get around to this anymore. I'll have it now. You know, that kind of energy is what I'm good for you, Melanie, and whoever else that resonates for. Let's keep it. I have it now. I have it now. I have it now. I have it now. Yeah, a lot of energy again coming. Sacral energy seems to be a lot today, so I'm noticing that there, and then the power center. I feel like you let go of so much weight that's been on your shoulders and your back. It's like, I don't need to do that anymore. It's like a sense of time for me time for me to be first. And so that likely, again, would be a message for people you help. It's time for you to be first now. It's time for me to be first. And then the support fills in. I feel like the support now fills in. When you start commanding, then others support you. You're like, oh, okay, sure, we'll help you. You're like, whoa, really? Wow, that was a lot easier than I thought. That's what I'm getting for now. All right, great. So I'm happy to share with you, Melanie. Hopefully that resonates or feels helpful. And let's see if there's anything else going on. Okay, well, that's all I see right now. All right, well, let's bring on some of that masculine and feminine in our closing prayer for today. So again, the assignment is, if you so choose, is to embrace that masculine energy and bring some more BAM into your life. And while continuing to embrace deeply, and notice that it's even easier to embrace your feminine energy when you're willing to bring even some of the BAM more. BAM! I'll have it. And the feminine's just like, oh, this feels so good. Thank you. All right, now what are we going to play? What's next? And then they play together, but anyway, so you give me an idea. All right, here we go into prayer. So take a nice deep breath then. In through your nose, up through your crown, up through our higher self, up to the love light source, energy up into the all in all. And as you exhale through your mouth, let this energy come back down through our higher self, down through crown chakra, down through all your chakras, through your physical body, through your field, down through your feet, down through root chakra, down to the core of the earth. As I speak these words, the I am, for everyone that listens to my voice, as I recognize God, love, light, source, spirit is all there is. I'm grateful that life is providing for me when I'm willing to stand in the power of the divine masculine within me and the masculine period to say, bam, I'll have some of that right now. Bam. And from that place, I'm grateful to say yes, knowing that there is that beautiful space and presence of love that's all wisdom and all knowing, and knows how to allow the masculine to flow automatically, but then I'm willing to trust that masculine energy as I let that energy transmit through me here in this experience, in this dimension, space, and time, into this 3D, 4D, 5D reality and experience and beyond, just experience it in my life, period, to embrace that energy. I know that from that place, I can allow myself to be grounded and more landed and more fulfilled in my destiny and have more opportunities and possibilities here for me and for those that I'm here to serve. Know I'm willing to be more sharp and to the point in the moments that I'm called to be in my relationships, in my marketing, in my sales, and in everything. And as I embrace that, I know that the strength of who I am as a leader continues to increase as I get more centered in this sacred masculinity and this deep place where the yin and the yang beautifully are in a total union. And I'm grateful for this good and know that the ooh la la of results that the yin wants to experience, the feminine unfolds through it all simultaneously, and embracing all of this good stuff. So as I allow all of it to unfold, I'm grateful to transcend the sense of conditioning from the programs of my mind around all this stuff and experience the deeper space and energy of masculinity and femininity within my energy field, this deeper presence, and let it lead the way, and know that I'm here to claim new results, the new results I'm looking for, the new desires, the greater desires that I'm wanting in my life today. And I say yes to it, and I'm willing to accept it and let it be whole in my life. I'm acting from a place of wholeness in my life and with definitiveness, though, at the same time. Letting it all play out from that deep feminine at the same time, simultaneously. So I allow myself to notice and to play with all of it and to be all of who I truly am, and allow myself to experience it at every level and deepen into the Sacred Heart at the same time. As I let it be so, I experience new results as manifesting in my life, and they delight me, and I enjoy it, and allow the depth of the fulfillment of who I am to unfold magically and beautifully as a result for the highest good of all. So I let it be so, I let it be done. Thank you, God, and so it is. All right. Okay, everybody. So glad to have been with you all today. Look forward to being with you next week for another amazing Facebook Live, Awaken Sales Facebook Live. So I'll see you then at 3 p.m. Central. Meantime, enjoy embracing this amazing Valentine's Day, all your femininity, all your masculinity, all the deep space within and everything, and experience the magic of all of it, and let it be well. Okay, lots of love. Happy Valentine's Day again. And until the next time, bye-bye for now.